So, I mean, we all had that first birth. Now we all are looking for that second one. That what's my purpose of being here? So yeah, I have that curiosity and also find this question. And also, okay, so please can you kind of like do like this? Okay. Now touch your forehead. Touch your nose. Touch your ears. Your cheeks. Your stomach. Your feet. Okay, your eyes. I mean, like who have specs, you can touch specs. Quite easy. Okay. Now touch yourself. Okay. Touch yourself. No, you're touching your throat. I mean, touch yourself. Well, so that's what I'm trying to say. Now you don't have to go to a room and think that, okay, where can I touch to be to find who I am. No, but from this we kind of like understand that we need to understand the purpose of being on this earth, because as you know that 84 lakh योनियों के बाद we get this human body, and it is really very important to kind of like value this. Sometimes we have pretty valuable thing, but we just forgot to kind of like value that, how valuable it could be. That when story comes, it is written, I had read it somewhere, that there was a farmer and he worked really hard. So there was a businessman, he really liked that farmer because he was quite hardworking. So that businessman gave Mercedes to that farmer. Now he was a farmer, he really didn't knew much. So he used that Mercedes on his farm. Now, can you tell me what would happen?
Get destroyed.
Yeah. I mean that firstly that farm would get all ruined, and also that car. So that's what happening with us, that God has given us the most valuable thing, which is this human body and also our brain. And it's kind of like a Mercedes only. And we are the farmers. We don't know how valuable it is, but now I guess you all know how valuable it is. So please just don't ruin it. So try to use it wisely, mindfully, because it's, I mean, like you get this birth after 84 lakh, 84 lakh. You get this after 84 lakh yonia. So I mean, we really need to value this. And when you will value something, it would value you also. Now, you all know that incident which is very very popular, that when Hanumanji and Jambanji were standing over the river, they were just kind of like talking about that, how can they go over there, and Hanumanji was like, no, I can't go. So Jambanji was like, no, you have the power, the abilities, you could go. And then Hanumanji kind of like, Hanumanji got to know, oh my goodness, I have that much of power. But for today, for 21st century, I mean, like we need to understand that we only have to become our own Jamvant. We don't have any Jamvant around us. Sometimes the Jamvant could be our parents, but it's very important to become our own Jamvant in order to make us realize that how powerful I am, how grateful I am for things I have, how much I could do in this very short period of time, how much things I could achieve in this small period of time. So I mean, just try to become your own Jamvant. Don't find any Jamvant around you. If your parents are your Jamvant, it's really nice, but try to become your own Jamvant. 7th point is that don't try to imitate anyone. I mean, in Ramayana, if we see, everyone is quite different. Ramji is very different, and Lakshmanji is very different. I mean, Ramji is very calm, very peaceful. He likes to do things very mindfully. While on the other hand, Lakshmanji, he is quite aggressive. He likes to take decision quite kind of like a little more faster than Ramji. But Lakshmanji never tried to change himself. Lakshmanji was never like, you know what, I want to become Ramji. You know, Lakshmanji definitely tried to remove those things to kind of like make him a little more cooler, but he never tried to be totally like Ramji. So I mean, like, the biggest mistake which we could make in our 20s is to imitate someone. I mean, definitely you can take inspiration from people, but just imitating that person is not helpful. Like, there was a plum, and I also read this just 2 days before only, that there was a plum, and he asked God that, please God, can you kind of like make me a banana, because that guy wants banana. So God was like, tathastu, so be it. He became banana, but that guy didn't even look at banana. Now that banana was like that the plum who became banana was like, you know what, God, please can you make me oranges? That guy really likes oranges. God was like, tathastu, so be it. So it became orange. So that guy went, he took a bite of that orange and he spat it. It was like, kadwa, it's very bitter. And then he was like, God, please can you make me an strawberry? God was like, tathastu, so be it. But that guy really had allergy from strawberry. He really didn't like. So he was like, God, I really want to be plum. I mean, there would definitely be someone in this kind of like grocery store who would like plum and who would buy me. So this kind of like this story tells us that we should not change ourselves for anyone. We should definitely remove the things which are not, which are kind of like making us not a very nice person. We should try to be a better version of ourselves, but we should don't try to change our own personality. So yeah, try to be an original, like how Ramji and Lakshmanji, they were very close, like they were together every second from birth till end. So just don't try to imitate someone, just take inspiration from people. 8.3, the importance of self-discipline. I mean, this is something which is very important in student life. How Ramji was very disciplined when we talk about Ramji and Krishnaji, the only thing which differentiates them is the discipline. Krishnaji was quite mischievous, while Ramji, he was very disciplined. I mean, it's not that you have to be only disciplined, you have to be only, Gambhir and all of that. You definitely need to be a little more mischievous. You have to make that child in you alive always. But in student life, it's a little more important to live a disciplined life. Like, for example, just imagine I have a Coke in my hand and a water bottle. Now, if I'll do this to Coke and I'll open that cap, what would happen? I can like shake that Coke up, and then I'll try to open the cap. What would happen? Yeah. Okay. But the same thing, if I would try to do with water bottle, what would happen? Nothing. Why? Because it is disciplined. Well, definitely there are something because of chemicals and all of that, but it's kind of like an analogy to make you understand that how being disciplined is very important. Like, I come from India, and in India particularly from Gujarat particularly from Surat. So in Surat we have a very famous beach, Dumas Beach, and I really like going over there. So just imagine that you are at your favorite beach, you are just standing there, and the water is coming and going. It's touching your feet and then it's going back. You'll feel quite nice, you'll try to take some snack and all of that. But just imagine that water is just coming and coming, it's not going. What would you do? It would be tsunami. So I mean that when that water wasn't disciplined, it was coming and going, we were feeling very nice. But when that river was not in discipline, we were quite afraid. So this very small thing explains how being disciplined is very important. Now the 8th point, which kind of like tells us that a journey from Ram to Sri Ram. Can you tell me? Before the exile, Ramji was known as Ramji only, but after going there, he got a name as Sri Ram. This is a journey from Ram to Sri Ram. And this all happened because Ramji came out of from his comfort zone. I mean, sometimes we need to try to come out from our comfort zone, like you all did. You all kind of like left your home, your family members, your loved ones to come here to study hard. So it's kind of like definitely you all are an example of leaving comfort zone. I mean, I don't have to exaggerate on this point more, but it's really very important if we, in order to achieve something really big, we need to come out from our comfort zone. Secondly, when the first point which we were discussing about the deadly duo, Mantra and Kekai. So I mean, it's really very important also. I mean, I just forgot to talk about that point, but you should try to be kind of like to keep those people away from your life which are not adding value to your life, which are just demeaning you. I would love to kind of like call 2 people over here, like 2 best friends. I mean, yeah, you can come here. A best friend, yeah, please. There you are. Firstly, a big round of applause for them because I mean it takes lots of courage to come over here in front of lots of people. So now just imagine that you have bought a house for let's say for 2 crore rupees. I don't know in pounds because see now I'm not good at maths. So 2 crore कितने होंगे pound?
Pound में 200,000.
200,000? Okay, so like for those who don't know what rupees, so like you just imagine that you had
Don't
bought
calculate, you are not getting it.
you just have to imagine. Okay, so you
Make it 5. Yeah, it's more reasonable. Make it 5.
okay, make it no just for this thing.
Okay, no, I didn't
So imagine that you had bought a house for 200,000
Pounds.
pounds. Yeah. So just okay. Now he's your best friend.
Yeah.
And he came at your house with a very big polythene in his hand, and he kind of like rang that bell, ting tong. You opened that gate and like hut and like move aside. He came to your house and then he put that bag into your house, which is very new, and that bag was filled with dirt, with garbage. I mean, we are thinking this hypothetically. So I mean, this would definitely not happen. Like the garbage thing, definitely first thing could happen, but not the garbage thing. So you did that. Now what would you do?
I talked to him.
Will you
I
talk to him?
explained that he hurt my feelings by
Okay.
playing dirt in the house.
You kind of like gave him a really nice 2-minute talk, and you kind of like became like the way our parents give us the talk sometimes that we need to be disciplined, so something like that. Then the next day he again came to your house with polythene.
Right.
That scene. He rang the bell, ting tong. You open that gate. He's like, hut, move aside. He came to your house. He did that thing again. He spilled all that garbage dirt again. Now what would you do?
Go to his house.
This could be an answer. Nice. Okay, now you kind of like went to his house, but the third day, again he came to your house and did the exactly same thing. What would you do?
Got to stop opening the door.
Okay. Yeah, you would stop opening the door. Like from that hole, you'll see. Okay, he came again. I won't open the door. So that's what I'm trying to say. That sometimes we have to move aside from those people who are just kind of like not adding value to our life. Who are just kind of like. I mean, see, this is a very small example, and there could be numerous amounts of things which we can think about this thing. But the one perspective which I'm giving to you is that sometimes you just need to keep aside yourself from those people who are just demeaning you, who are just putting garbage into your mind, because it's really very. Firstly, thank you so much. Thank you, please. So, I mean, it's pretty easy to move all that garbage from outside of our house, but it's pretty hard when someone put garbage in our brain. So yeah, we can kind of like remove that, but those small bacteria would always stay in our brain. I mean, we need to try to be, as he said that he would not open the door, you know. I mean, we don't have to do the second one, as you said that you'll go to his home and do that same thing. But yeah, we need to understand that we need to keep aside ourselves from those people. And I guess it's almost the time. It's 6:50. I mean, I took way too much time. Okay, but thank you so very much. See, English is almost kind of like my second or third language, so I tried my best to deliver thing. But if I made any kind of grammatical mistake, which I know I did, so I'm quite sorry for that. And I mean, firstly, clap for yourself. Like a very big round. It's pretty hard to sit at this place for almost 50 minutes and to listen to a small girl, especially to listen, firstly to listen anyone, secondly even that anyone is quite small, quite younger than you from age. So I mean, you were a really nice audience, and you kind of like were here, you were here physically also, but mentally too. So thank you so very much. And yeah, I mean, we could start. If anyone of you have any question, I would love to answer. So.